bearing of Q from P is 120 degrees. Another point R is at the beginning of 240 degrees. It's at the bearing of 240 degrees from Q. Given that the angle PRQ is 40 degrees, work out the bearing of P from R. And B, given that PQ is 10 cm, calculate the area of triangle PRQ and send 2 dp. So many information. So all you need to do is break it down step by step. From what I've taught you, you should be able to sketch things one after the other. Just consider this. Bearing of point Q from P is 120. Just look at that. So from P, create obtuse angle 120 to show the direction of Q. That's it. 120 is obtuse, not drawn to scale. So that is the position of Q. Okay. Second, another point R is at the bearing of 240 from Q. So this is your Q. There is another 240 degrees that you need to draw. Now you should remember that 240 will not come all the way here, because if it is 120, that is 60. And if that's 60, the whole angle left here is 300. So your 240 should be a line below this line. So anywhere that is a reflex angle is enough, anywhere. So that's your reflex angle of 240. And that 240 leads you to R. So you are almost done. The sketching is very important. So we just sketch everything that we need to do. Now it tells us, given that angle PRQ, therefore we need to make a straight line, and that angle is what we call angle PRQ. It's 40 degrees, so let's put the 40 degrees there. Now that we know this, we are supposed to work out P from R. P from R, like we said before, that means R to P. Go to R, this is R, get your North Pole. And that's what they want you to look at. Work out this small angle. There's so many ways you could use your angle scales to work out. So let's see. This is 60 degrees because allied angles add up to 180. Given that at 60, now angles around the point is 360. We can now know this is also 60, because when you add these two is 300. 300 from 360 is 60. Now we can even get our answer from here. These two is 120. 120 plus these two must make 180. So 120 and 140 is 160. And therefore to make 180, this is 20. If you think this is a big jump, let's do step by step. Can you work out this angle? Yes. Angles in triangle. What would that be? 80. Good. Can you work out this angle? Yes. Because angles around the point is 360. So you can use 120 and 180. 120 and 80. That will give you 60. Now look at this. Can you see allied angle here? Allied angles add up to 180. If that's 60, that should be 20. So therefore, the bearing of P from R, state with 3 digits, is 020 degrees. Bearing of P from R is 020 degrees. We've answered part A. Part B is just a connection of bearing to trigonometry. So let's look at part 2. It says, given that PQ is 10 cm, so this is 10 cm, work out the area of the triangle. Okay, and we know that with sine rule, if we calculate one side, we can use any included angle to work out the area of the triangle. So I can choose to work out RP or RQ using sine rule. I want to work out RQ, so I call this X. So the formula says a side divided by sine of the opposite should be equal to another side divided by the opposite sine of the angle. So X over sine 80 equals 10 over sine 40. If you don't understand trigonometry, don't worry about it. You might need to go and revise that before you understand how I'm using this to solve bearing question. X is now 15.32. So knowing that X is 15.32, the included angle now becomes 60. So I'm using 10 and 15.32. Included angle is 60. And the formula is A times B times sine C divided by 2, or divided by 2. And sine C is sine 60. Included angle. So works out to be 66.34 cm squared. So the area of triangle PRQ is 66.34 cm squared. So for those of you who don't understand what I've just done, don't worry. I'll find time in trigonometry as a separate lesson. This is just a connection that I brought into this lesson to connect bearings. So this is the end of our first lesson, introducing you to what bearings are. Look forward to lesson 2, where I will talk about scale representation in bearings. Scale representation in bearings. So you need to practice this initial one before you understand the scale representation of bearings. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, share with your friends, and thanks once again for subscribing to this channel.